Good morning, everybody, and welcome to a rather festive-looking Blu-Roy Towers. Now, I decided 2 or 3 weeks ago, I thought, I'm not going to get any new pickups. I'm going to tackle my ever-bulging watch pile and get down it. And I had really good intentions until, yeah, it didn't work out. So at least I got some content to give you guys. I really did have some good intentions at heart, but you know what it's like. So let's get on with this. I got 4K Blu-ray. I got some gifts. I got some eBay purchases. I've got some CX purchases, and I've got some Amazon purchases. So let's crack on with this. First of all, the section I like to call sponsored by Larry Boyd, my good friend. Regular viewers will know he's a man that always looks after me and sends me some superb stuff, and no exception. Unexpectedly, one day a few days ago, this dropped through the letterbox. Ex Machina in 4K. I think Larry had been watching my top 10 science fiction video, and I had Ex Machina very high on that list, and I had a Blu-ray copy, and he's taken notice and very, very kindly sent me the 4K copy through, which I'm looking forward now to sticking that on, see what it looks like in 4K, because I'm overdue a watch of this. It's been a canny while since I've seen it. So Larry, thank you very much. I really do appreciate everything you said to me. Absolutely blinding, and a superb early Christmas present. Brilliant. Once again, Larry, as Kermit would say, you, sir, are a star. Next up, BFI did a recent sale, and I picked up a couple of bits, and this one was playing on my mind that maybe should have picked it up. So I went back in for it. John Wayne, Brannigan, again, regular viewers of the channel know that I've been watching quite a few John Wayne stuff. I have been watching some James Bond, but I've also been watching John Wayne stuff this year, and I've not seen Brannigan. I believe this is set in London, and it's a cop type thriller, so away from the usual John Wayne cowboys or war heroes. I don't think I've ever seen. Oh, mate, the one where he's in Ireland. Which name's got the Quiet American. Of course, he's not a cowboy in that one. But yeah, looking forward to seeing John in a different role, and I believe this is one of his last roles before he sadly died. Next up, Black Friday. I didn't go mad. I only got this one impact, and a film that's a big hole in my viewing history, and I should have seen it a long time ago. The Fifth Element. I've got no excuses for not watching it, because I love Brucey. I think he's fantastic, and it's really sad what's happened to him later in his life. But his legacy will go on in televisual and film masterpieces that he keeps churning down the years. Yeah, like, really sad. But Bruce, we will remember you forever, whatever happens. Next up, I was watching Nerdy Geezer Movies channel, and he was doing some pickups, and he picked this one up, and he mentioned that I was a fan of the actor, and he said, I bet he's already got this one. And I thought I did. He put a seed in my head, but have I got it? And then when I went to the shelves, apparently I didn't. So I soon rectified that. Big Jason Statham in The Bank Job, a film I have seen a long, long time ago. Can't remember much about it. I need to watch it. Not your usual Statham beat everybody up type thriller that I like, but one that I remember enjoying. So look forward to giving that another watch. Next up, now these are all CX pickups that I've got left. I did have £70 odd of vouchers, but I've blown the bloody lot. But I have got a load of stuff upstairs to trade in, so I'll be replenishing them soon. Now, one day last week, in fact, I think it was last Wednesday, my son Nathan, he had to nip over to Leicestershire to pick some computers up for work, and I wasn't doing much at the time, so he asked me if I fancied a little bit of a road trip, and where he was going, Colville, a little town, has a CEX shop, so under the pretences that I'll get him to swing by there, I said, yeah, why not? I'll keep you company. So, yeah, we went and picked up his computers and then went round. Never been to this little town before. It looked a decent little town, to be honest. And they had quite a good CX shop with quite a good range of stuff. Now, I picked up a couple of things. The first being the Bourne Supremacy on 4K. Now, I've had a hankering for quite a while now to give these films a rewatch, but I've been wanting to get the 4Ks for them. Particularly the first three. So I picked up the Supremacy, which is the middle one of the first trilogy, and now I'm waiting on the other two, the Ultimatum and Identity, which I found at pretty decent prices on eBay, so they'll be dropping through the Blu-Roy Towers letterbox anytime soon. Might be today, actually. I'm really looking forward to giving them another watch. It's been a long time, and I love these films. I think they're right up there with the modern day Bond films for me. I've got them all on Blu-ray. Legacy and Jason Bourne. I remember quite liking Legacy, but not so much Jason Bourne. If I see them at a decent 4K price, I might just upgrade them as well, because I can't put a bit of Matt Damon. And also in the Colville shop, I picked up this one, The Battle of the Sexes. I think it's £6 this one. Peter Sellers, who brilliant actor. What did I watch with him yesterday? After the Fox, I watched with him yesterday, and he absolutely hilarious in that film. So on the back of watching that yesterday, I'm quite looking forward to watching this one again. Robert Morley, Constant Cummins, and Donald Pleasance. You can't go wrong with Donald Pleasance, so I'm looking forward to that one. Next up, back into my CX shop, Brad Pitt, The Bullet Train, 4K. Now, I think it was £10 for the 4K steelbook. I haven't seen the film, but I saw it behind the counter and had a quick look at it. It's got a couple of scratches on the back, but I don't really bother. I'm not actually much of a 4K, a Blu-ray steelbook collector, or even a 4K steelbook collector, but for a tenner, I thought I'd pick that up. I've not seen the film, and it's a film I should have seen by now. Bit of Brad Pitt, can't beat Brad Pitt, so I'll give that a go for a tenner. I thought it was a decent deal. Next up, I've been collecting these recently and watching these vintage classics and having a great time with them. And again, this is a film that I should have seen a long time ago. Kind Hearts and Coronets. And what a cast this has got in it. Dennis Price, Valerie Hobson, John Greenwood, Alec Guinness, again, love Alec Guinness. Directed by Robert Hamer. Yeah, don't know much about the plot of it. As I say, I've not seen it, but it's a much lauded film, which I know I'm going to enjoy. Now, this one I've been after for quite a while, and it's always been quite expensive. I think it's well out of print, and it's like £15 for a long time at CX. But when I saw it drop down to a tenner, I picked that up, and that's the Blue Dahlia. Main reason, as you guys know, I love me film noir, but the main reason is Alan Ladd. I like Alan Ladd, but Veronica Lake, who was such a smashing actress, brilliant and really beautiful, and a lady who was 4'11", which is the same height as Mrs. Blu-Roy, so Mrs. Blu-Roy will be pleased about that. Yeah, it's a Blue Dahlia. A film noir that I've heard held in such esteem over the years, and just the price of it has stopped me picking up and watching it, so now I can give that a go. If you saw this week's watches video, you'd have seen as a family we sat down and watched Jaws on 4K and really enjoyed it. Beautiful transfer. So in my local shop, and I saw they had Jaws 2 on 4K. So I picked that up, and this week we sat down as a family, spoiler for this week's weekly watches, and we watched Jaws 2 and all thoroughly enjoyed it. And the 4K transfer, right up there with the first one, yeah, looked absolutely smashing. Yeah, glad to add that into the collection. I know 3 and 4 aren't the best. I've got the box set on DVD. Whether I'll upgrade them is debatable, but knowing me, if I see them at a decent price, I'll probably grab them. I've heard them, actually 3 and 4, the transfers on them are nice also. And this next one from CX, I think I paid either £6 or £8, and it's a fairly new release on Blu-ray. I think it was only about a month ago, so for that price, I picked it up. And that's a Western Red Sun. I know quite a few of you picked this up, and if you pay £15 for it, like people slag off CX, but just a month later to get it for that price, I think that's blinding. I do. Charles Bronson, Ursula Andress, Toshiro Mifune. I love Toshiro Mifune. Alain Delon. Brilliant cast. Directed by Terence Young. Not sure about the plot of it, but I'm sure it's a Western I'll enjoy. That's Red Sun. Next up, I've got Stuart George. Stuart George's Home Cinema to blame for this one, because he was telling me about this and sounds right up my street, and so I grabbed it from CEX, and that's Fright. Another one to go in my Studio Canal collection as well. Honor Blackman, so that's Honor Blackman and Ursula Andress, coincidentally 2 Bond girls back to back. 2 Bond girls back to back. Who were? What have I I've lost track now. I'm sorry, I apologise. Susan George, brilliant. Ian Bannon, not sure, not really. John Gregson, but although they've not been mentioned on the front, the thing that swung me getting this film, it's got my 2 dear favourites, George Cole and Dennis Waterman. Regular viewers of the channel might know I love them 2 actors. I love Minder. Minder's my favourite ever TV show. So I weren't aware that this film existed, that they appeared in together. So as soon as I knew that, I had to pick it up. And a lovely slip as well from CEX. So win, win, win. And last up from this haul that I said I wouldn't get, a 4K, directed by Orson Welles, The Trial, starring Anthony Hopkins. I've heard this is a really good film, actually. I don't know much about it, other than I presume it's some sort of courtroom drama thing. But the reason I picked it up is I want to see more Anthony Hopkins, other than the Psycho films, and I think he was in Who Dares Wins. I think he was in that film, and the post-apocalyptic film where they're on a ship, and I think there's only like one place in the world still unaffected from the nuclear war. What's that film called? On the Beach. On the Beach. Actually, that's if you watch Pedro's movie, Cavan, his video is doing a series about post-apocalyptic films, and I don't think you mentioned that one. So Pedro, if you're watching, I don't know whether if you've forgot On the Beach, but it's a good film if you haven't seen it, but I'm sure you have. Yeah, so looking forward to watching the trial. I'm sorry for digressing. I'm sure that's what I'm going to enjoy. So that was it. The last couple of weeks, as I say, a haul I shouldn't have got. Shit happens. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Give me a big thumbs up if you've liked what I've done here today. Maybe thinking about subscribing if you want to hear more of my waffling on. And I'll catch you all on the next one. Ta-ra.